Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and I hope all is well. Now, in this video, I want to talk about Charles Lester III. As you all know, he decided to go to Florida State. There was a lot of hopes and speculation at which team is he going to choose? Is he going to choose Colorado? Is he going to choose Florida State? I'm not surprised that he chose Florida State, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm also going to explain why nothing is final until that ink is on the dotted line. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. I'm getting a lot of comments. I read the comments. People are saying, I think Colorado's going to win 2 games. Some say 5 games. It's all over across the board. Some people say 8 games. I'm going to tell you why they got to win this year, and they got to win big. There's no room for losing. There's no room for having a losing season, folks. And I'm going to tell you why. Also, former Colorado Buffs Jalen Sammy is getting huge praise from former coach Mel Tucker at Michigan State. He said he is glad to have him. And he said once he found out that Jalen Sammy hit that transfer portal, they were scrambling around to try to get him. And I'm going to tell you why I think that's being printed as well. Stay tuned. Guys, please do me a favor. Before we get into this video, please give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. All of that will be greatly appreciated by me. Okay, so 5-star cornerback Charles Lester III, he chose Florida State. And it says here, despite taking a last-minute visit to Colorado early this week, 5-star cornerback Charles Lester III announced his commitment to Florida State on Friday evening. Head coach Mike Norvell's Seminoles have been favored throughout the 2024 prospects recruitment. However, I wouldn't consider Colorado to be completely hopeless, with the early signing period still months away. Alabama and Georgia were also in the picture at the time of his commitment. Now, go back for a second. It said I wouldn't consider Colorado to be completely hopeless, with the early signing period still months away. So let's stop there. Now, it appears that he is going to Florida State, and I wish him all the best at Florida State. And I'm a Florida State fan. For people don't know, I'm a Florida State fan. I'm a Colorado fan now because Coach Prime is up there. And I'm being honest with you, I grew up a Florida State fan, and ever since Coach Prime played there in the 80s. But I didn't follow college football for a long time until Coach Prime started coaching at Jackson State. It started getting me excited about college football again, but there was a huge gap there. I would say about almost a 10-year gap where I didn't follow college football. And I said, let me just follow Coach Prime at Jackson State to see what's going to happen. And here I am. I've been following college football ever since, and I've been getting back in the mix. And but I can tell you this. You remember Travis Hunter? He was supposed to go to Florida State. Florida State thought they had Travis Hunter, and what happened? He decided to go to decided to go to Jackson State to play with Coach Prime, and it raised a lot of eyebrows. But it shouldn't raise a lot of eyebrows, because even though Charles Lester III committed right now, that was a verbal commitment of his intentions that he wants to play at Florida State. Even though I think he's gonna stay at Florida State because his mother wanted him to. I heard that his mother wanted him to go to Florida State, and he lost his mom. I think he's gonna stick with his plans to go to Florida State. I don't think this is gonna be a Travis Hunter situation, even though it could. I wouldn't be surprised if he flipped during signing day when everything matters and say, look, I'm going to go to Colorado or I'm going to go to Alabama. He has a lot of choices. So I would say, let's just see what he's going to do when it matters. Right now, a verbal commitment is big for Florida State, but we're going to have to wait and see. But if I'm a betting man, I think he's going to go to Florida State. And, it's pretty close to his heart for many reasons from what I've heard. And he's a really good student from what I've heard as well. So Colorado really could have used him. But hey, you win some, you gain some, you lose some. That's just how the nature of college football is now. Will Coach Prime have many chances to get 5 stars, 4 stars in the future, of course. But you can't sleep on those 3 stars either, because you don't know. One person, he might not get any recognition, but when he get to the next level and get into the game when it matters, things happen. So that's Charles Lester. Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm reading this article in a second here. It says Michigan State football Mel Tucker gushes about Jalen Sammy. Now I'm gonna read this article and it's gonna tie into what I'm gonna say in a second, why Colorado has to win this year. There is no room for winning 2 games. There's no room for winning 3 games. There's no room for winning 4 games. They have to win. They have to have a winning season. And it's unfair because this is what you call a rebuilding phase for Coach Prime and the rest of the coaches and all of the Colorado staff and personnel, the players. This is a rebuilding phase that Coach Prime, as we know, he has inherited a team. He became the head coach of a team previously that was 1-11. So it's unrealistic to say, oh my God, he's going to win 10 games. He's going to be bowl eligible. It is unrealistic, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that will happen. And because we'll see, you never know what a team is going to do until that kickoff of the first game. Because I said before, each team starts 0-0 and then it's up from there what the teams are going to do. But I see the writing on the wall. They put stories out like this, so if Coach Prime does have a losing season, they're going to say, look at all these great players he let go. Maybe he really doesn't have the knack for coaching at this level. That's what's going to happen. That's why I say they have to win to shut up all the naysayers and the so-called experts. But me and you know better, for those that follow, and we just want to genuinely see the football team do well, Coach Prime do well. Listen, I am hopeful for a winning season. That's all I can say. I don't like to make any predictions because you just never know. College football is unpredictable. But look at this. Michigan State football Mel Tucker gushes about Jalen Sammy. Mel Tucker is no stranger to the transfer portal. As we know, since he's been at Michigan State, he's landed a double-digit transfer every year, and that's a big reason he's been able to add depth to his roster. Each year, it seems to be a guy that was either a late addition or under the radar. Tucker spoke highly of former Buffalo Jalen Sammy this week. He said he's a good player. He's a big body. He's athletic. He's a great guy. When he hit the transfer portal, I mean, there was literally some running in the hallway. Guys were running to try to get it done. He said the part of the quote that really stood out to me was guys were running trying to get it done. Now, remember that. So, yes, he's a big body. He's a great guy, I'm sure. But they said that they was literally running around to get this guy. Guys were running trying to get it done for Jalen Sammy. And Jalen Sammy was one of those players that was on the team last year, and he didn't make the cut for Coach Prime's team. So remember this article, they said that Mel Tucker was running around for this guy when he found out he hit the transfer portal. He was literally running around. And they're going to say, look at this. Even Mel Tucker said this was a good guy. Look at Coach Prime let this great guy run away, and all the other great players. And no wonder he had a losing season. That's why I say he has to win to shut him up. Even if he win, though, there's probably going to be still more talk. There's always going to be something surrounding this Prime experience. There's a lot of positives about the Prime experience or the Prime factor. Look at the ticket sales. Look at all the media attention that he brought to the university. They have a lot of momentum going into the Big 12. There's a lot of positive aspects about Coach Prime taking this position, but there seemed to be a lot of hate that comes his way. And I get it. Here's a guy, he was a Hall of Famer. He's won at every level, greatest 2-sport athlete of all time. He brought his sons with him. He said he was bringing his Louis luggage, said he was going to try to run players off the team. This is all these things they're going to try to use against him. I already know it. So when the season start, hopefully I won't even have to talk about it, but they're going to probably bring up something else. It's just always going to be something surrounding Colorado because Coach Prime is there. And I get a lot of comments saying that, he's only going to be there 3 seasons and he's done. It's a lot of unfair criticism. There's not much criticism on his coaching style or, his preparation or anything like that. There's nothing there. It's just that this is what's going to happen. They're going to lose. We don't know if they're going to lose or not. If you do know that they're going to lose, that means that I need to pick your brain so I could be successful in this sport betting this year. And I also need to pick your brain for the winning lottery numbers. But I had also received a comment. Someone was saying that, well, the defensive line and the linemen, they look pretty small. No, they're not. They're not small at all. They used to be. The team did look small in the beginning, but they're not small anymore. These young men at Colorado has worked their tails off in the summer session 1 and 2, also the spring. I've seen a lot of hard work and I've seen a lot of togetherness. And that's what you need. Even Chauncey Billups recently talked to the team and he said the main thing that you need is you need to be together. You know, you need to have some type of camaraderie. You need that. You need that cohesiveness to go out there and win. Because at this stage, everyone could run, everyone could jump, everyone could hit hard, but you need a little bit more. You need a lot of people on that team that really wants it and they're together because they can read each other on that field. And one of the main advantages that Colorado has is that altitude. They've been working out in that altitude. You've seen Kermani McLean throw up several times. It's because of the altitude he's getting adjusted to it. But trust me, by the first game, he'll be adjusted to it. Well, I would say by the second game because that's their first home game of the season. But by the first game, he'll be more than adjusted to it, that altitude. But a lot of teams train for that. You see these players on these special equipment running with the oxygen mask on, trying to replicate that altitude because it's very effective in getting you in shape and giving you that edge. And like I said, these players is giving it their all. They're working. That's all you can ask for. And we're going to wait and see what happens for this season. But there's a lot of great coaches on this team. You know, of course, Coach Prime and staff, you know, they have hell of a resumes. You know, the players, they want it. You know, this is a fresh new start for some of the players. They're excited. And I wish them nothing but the best. And I think a lot of good is going to come from this. But, you know, you're always going to have this, you know, oh, I'm praising this player that they let go. We were rushing around to get him. That's the writing on the wall trying to set it up. Oh, wow, look at all these. That's going to be a major article. Look at all the great players he let go. No wonder he couldn't win any ball games. He just put a team together. It doesn't work on this level. Maybe it worked on Jackson State level. You know, someone had also made a comment saying that, well, Max, you're pointing this out, so you're feeding into it. No, there's a reason why I'm doing it. I'm telling you what they're saying, and I'm explaining why they're doing it. That's what I'm doing, you know. But I understand some people don't watch more than a minute of the video. But hey, I'm not going to condense the video down if I'm trying to explain myself. But I do understand that person attention span is probably attention span of a goldfish. But anyway, this is a podcast format. You know, sometime I have short shows, sometime I have long shows, but I'm really excited about this season. And like I said early on in this video, there was a whole 10-year gap when I wasn't even watching college football at all. In that 10-year gap, I don't know any of the teams. And like I said, I'm a Florida State fan. But I got excited about it because Coach Prime was one of my favorite football players growing up. And I saw that he was a coach at Jackson State. His son's coming over. I just wanted to follow it. And then they started. And then the best part about it was his son, Deion Jr., started recording it so we could see it. He was putting it on his social media. I remember I just happened to find his video one day, Well Off Media. And I saw that he was filming a lot of behind the scenes. I was even more excited. I couldn't believe this. Okay. And it felt like you're with the team. It's almost like a 24/7, you know, Hard Knocks or something like that. Like a Hard Knocks 24/7 leading up to the big game. You see the behind the scenes and stuff like that. And listen, even during the season, he's still going to do it. It's going to get even better. He's even upgraded what he's doing. You see the camera that he has, you know, he puts out a lot of good work. And I was really excited about that. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm part of Jackson State. And because I haven't followed the SWAC in years, since like Air McNair. Like even then, like every now and then I will follow the SWAC. And I don't really go to games unless there's some games. I live near a bunch of HBCUs, but occasionally I go to the games like that, but I'm not really excited about it. But I was excited about it because Coach Prime was there. That's why I was excited about it, And so, like I said, Bucky, Deion Sanders Jr., he's recording and you get to see the behind the scenes, man. I followed it even more. And then the second year, I followed it. And then the third year, and then we got the behind the scenes that Coach Prime was going to go to Colorado. There was a lot of news on that. Oh my God, he's going to Colorado. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to start vlogging on it. Now that he's going to Colorado, I'm going to vlog a moment in time, a college football historic moment in time, because he's the first HBCU coach to go to a Power 5. I said, I'm just going to vlog on it, and each day when Bucky put out videos, if there's something new or if there's something going on, I want to document it also on my end, and leading up to the first game against TCU. And I'm really excited about it. And I said, I'm gonna vlog on it just about every day. And I'm just giving my opinion, That's all I'm doing is giving my opinion and seeing what you guys, the listener, have to say. So all in all, I'm ready for the season and it's almost ready to go, guys. We are almost in August. We're almost there. It is Leo season. I happen to be a Leo. Coach Prime is a Leo as well. And he has a birthday coming up. I believe his birthday is August 7th. Mine is August 8th. Excuse me. Coach Prime's birthday is August 9th. His birthday is right after mine. I'm August 8th. And Coach Prime is August 9th. And so he got a birthday coming up. Yeah, he has a birthday coming up. And yeah, man, I'm ready, man. Football is here. Training camp is just around the corner. And, it's going to get really serious, and you're going to see the behind the scenes on how Coach Prime, because right now we were watching a little bit with Coach Prime in the spring, but now, in summer session 1 and 2, the coaches are hands off. It's just the conditioning coaches. But now we're going to see him in full blast. We're going to see him get serious. There's going to be some hard practices. And there's going to be some meetings that, Bucky is probably give us a little bit, behind the scenes footage of, well off media, and also the pregame show. They're going to give us a lot of behind the scene footage, which they are doing now. But you're going to start to see the process. And then leading up to the game, them traveling to Texas to play TCU, it's going to be exciting. It's going to come right before you know it. Training camp is fast, man. August. One of the games, the college games, is like the end of August. And I believe September something is Colorado. September 2nd is the game. Saturday, September 2nd. Mark your calendars. Saturday, September 2nd at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Yes, indeed. TCU. They're at TCU. And I can't wait for it's right here already. 1st of August, training camp, just a few weeks, and then that's it. The season is starting, and in the first season, the Coach Prime era begins, and we're going to see what happens. And let me tell you something, hold on to your hats. If they beat TCU, and especially if they beat them convincingly, oh, it's on, guys. It's on right there. It's going to be a lot of excitement for that second game. And I can't wait for Mr. Caleb Williams to come to town. Caleb Williams is a hell of a damn quarterback. I've been watching his highlights, and I watched his highlights when he came from that. He helped Oklahoma come back from behind when they took Spencer Rattler out the game. I was watching that game, and then I started watching his highlights at USC. Yeah, he's the real deal. Sophomore year won a Heisman Trophy. So yeah, I can't wait for him and Bear Alexander and the rest of the guys to come up to Folsom Field to play Colorado. Could you imagine they beat USC? Could you imagine that? Can you look at listen to me. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine it? Could you imagine what's going to happen if they beat USC? All the fans, if I was there, I'd be rushing the field. The fans coming on the field. It's going to be pure bedlam, chaos. It's just going to be crazy. But anyway, that's all I got to say. What say you? Talk to you later. Take care. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.